Hi, everybody. Welcome back to All About Skin. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Bethany. I'm going to show you today a quick microneedling treatment on a pregnant woman. She is so pretty. She's in the prime of her pregnancy, and I'm just excited to get to show you this today. So this first step, of course, we need to do our double cleanse. That's always going to be a number one standard for you as an esthetician. This first cleanse I'm using is the Vital C Hydrating Facial Cleanser from Image Skincare. What I love about this cleanser is it's infused with vitamin A, C, and E. And all those combined together boost each other up. So the skin is left very hydrated and radiant, and it helps to get rid of excess oil and also removes any makeup that your client may have left over on their skin. There's also a lot of daily vitamins and antioxidants in this cleanser. So I really, really like this, especially for pregnancy. For the Image Skincare, the Ormetic line is also a good option. There's a lot of safe ingredients for pregnancy in that line as well. So if you don't have the Vital C cleanser, there's always the Ormetic line from Image. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into the microneedling treatment. I had to adjust my depth size a couple of millimeters just because I felt like I wanted to, I started off at 2 millimeter and went down to maybe a 1.5. I felt like her skin was getting pretty red and there's a lot of pinpoint bleeding pretty quickly, which is totally fine when you're doing a microneedling treatment. But as always with pregnancy, you want to be more cautious and be more aware of how their skin is reacting to the treatment. That's a really important thing to make sure, because we really don't have a lot of studies on a lot of these treatments for pregnancy. So it's important to make sure that we are putting our client's safety first. So as you can see, if my hand will move, there's going to be some pinpoint bleeding and pretty red where we started off. This client typically gets red pretty quickly, so it's not too surprising for me. I've worked on her a couple of times, and she just gets red immediately from the cleansing, so I wasn't too concerned. Now, the wonderful thing about microneedling, we're just going to do a quick review, is it enhances the collagen elastin in your skin. So it's also called collagen induction therapy. You might hear that name, around in the neighborhood here and there. The reason we love microneedling, this is probably one of my favorite treatments, is it stimulates your body's repair system. So when we use those little microneedles, what it's doing is it's sending a message to the brain by using a controlled wound that the area is injured and it needs to be fixed. So your brain sends healthy cells, immune cells, and stimulates the collagen and elastin to return back to its original form and strength. So we love microneedling. All estheticians everywhere love microneedling. It's an incredible treatment. And I'm grateful that I was able to take an extra class after I got out of esthetician school. I took an extra class on this because I was just so obsessed with it. I've seen so many amazing results with scar tissue, pigmentation, even dry skin. It's just so healing and so rejuvenating. You want to make sure that the skin has a water-based serum that is clear to use as to provide the needles with some slip. We never ever want to microneedle dry skin. That is such a horrible idea. What I like to use is the Part 1, Part 2 duo from Glymed. You can also use, if you want to use Image, they have a hyaluronic acid serum from their Ageless line, or they also have the stem cell the Max serum, which is also a great option if you don't have the Glymed. So we are using a 12 gauge needle, and I'm going at 1.5 depth. You can see I'm holding her cheek down with my middle finger, and my thumb I'm pulling upward towards her temples, so I really get a nice stretch in the skin. You need to make sure that when you are starting off with microneedling, to slow down your passes a little bit until you have more control over your needle. You don't need to press very hard. You actually don't want to press very hard because then you'll leave track marks. But as you can see, it's a nice even redness throughout the whole area. That's what we're looking for. We never ever want track marks. So if you end up having track marks, most likely you were having too much pressure. And with that being said, you just want to lightly indent the skin a little bit. And let the needles do their work. It's important to not get in the way of that with too much pressure. I like to have this pen on full speed. There's different speeds for this pen, but I like the full speed. You can see it's indicated with that red light. And please comment below if you are an esthetician in the market for a new microneedling pen. I can get you the number of Susan who provides this pen. It's a pretty good start off pen. Definitely would recommend that you start off with this pen or either the Glymed microneedling pen. Just when you're beginning, it's a little bit cheaper of a price. And then you can also then invest later on. So as you can see, her skin is looking incredible. We are loving the results right now. And she's got such pretty eyes. Oh, she's just so gorgeous. So what we're seeing is when there is that pinpoint bleeding, what that means is we've officially reached the level of the dermis, which is your second layer. And that means I probably should move on because that is out of our scope of practice. So just be aware to check in with your client, make sure they're okay. It's definitely not a comfortable treatment, but what you can do to offer your clients at an increased price is numbing gel. I use lidocaine. I just get mine off of Amazon. I can put that link below for you. And you can leave the topical lidocaine on for about 15-20 minutes, depending on your client's absorption rate. Some people absorb it and it starts working in about 10 minutes. Other people need a good 20 minutes for that, and sometimes even more. So if it's a first-time client, make sure during your consultation you check in with them and do maybe the full 20 minutes just to make sure they are numb for that. But again, I would charge extra because that is an expense out of your pocket, right? Or you can include it in the price of your microneedling treatment. All right, so as you can see, we're working our way around her mouth. This upper lip area is probably one of the most sensitive I've found with clients. So be sure to check in with your client and just be aware of how they're feeling through this part. It's very, very sensitive, especially if they're not using numbing gel. The other part that's really, really sensitive is their forehead, right in between their eyebrows. That, you guys, is the worst. I don't know about you, but I really get you. It's just terrible through there. But we get those, what I like to call the 11s, those two lines that happen over time when you furrow your brow and you get those two lines in between your eyebrows. We really need to make sure we're getting the collagen back through there. So we have to work through there. We can't avoid that. For the nose, what I like to do is hold. You can either do it, what I'm doing now is I'm doing a stamping, which is she just has a little bit of pigmentation there. It's where you hold the pen in place for about 3 to 5 seconds and then you lift up. I wouldn't recommend the stamping technique unless you are a little bit more advanced and educated in this arena. But as you can see, I'm holding the tip of her nose still with my finger. This is an option that you can do. And then I like to go down the sides of the nostrils first and then make my way up. When going across that top bridge of the nose, if you are a little bit less advanced, maybe go down in depth so that there is no excess damage through there. I've seen some issues with the bridge of the nose before. You just have to be very careful because that area does not have any adipose tissue at all, and it's very sensitive, and it doesn't need that much depth for more collagen to be produced there. So as you can see, it's a bloody mess. We love it. It's time to clean her up. Okay, so the two serums I'm mixing together is the Restoring Power C serum and the hyaluronic acid serum from Image Skincare. What I love about the Power C serum is it's their most sophisticated serum. It's a high performance vitamin C with ferulic acid, which is an antioxidant that supports vitamin C. Since vitamin C is a very picky ingredient, it needs other ingredients to help it absorb better. So this will help to restore the skin as well as firm and brighten, which we definitely want that into her skin after a microneedling treatment. Then we have the Vital C Eye Recovery Cream. This is a peptide complex, which there's just a bunch of proteins that help improve dark circles and wrinkles around the eyes. And it also has stable forms of the vitamin C to help nourish and get the antioxidants back into the eye area. I love this eye cream. It's beautiful and it smells amazing. And then our next step for her aftercare is the Comfort Cream from Glymed. This is a great option for a post-treatment moisturizer. This is also good for people who have a lot of dryness or acne. Some of the ingredients you'll find is chamomile, hyaluronic acid. There's also aloe vera in there. So very healing, very hydrating, and also squalene to bind water to the skin. It's such an important ingredient. I really, really love this one. It definitely helps to reduce that inflammation, helps to calm things down, and helps her healing process to begin. So I really, really like that. Make sure to get in the nooks and crannies and everywhere. I've found that some people, when they apply moisturizer on their client's skin, they miss maybe the tops of the cheekbones or just underneath that eye area, right where people get a little oily. We just kind of miss that. So don't forget to get everywhere. And then, of course, our last step that we cannot miss ever is the Prevention Plus Daily Hydrating Sunscreen. This has zinc oxide, which I feel is such a powerful and safe ingredient. It does not get absorbed into the skin. I think this one has about 17% zinc oxide. I'm not 100% sure on that. But what I also love about this product is it has hydrolyzed pea protein. And what that is it helps to defend the skin against blue light from devices like smartphones or TVs or tablets. So it's kind of a cool thing. It's pretty incredible. And make sure to bring the sunscreen down the neck and onto the chest if they've got a low-cut tee on. But this is the end of the microneedling demo. I hope this was helpful for you. Good luck in your future endeavors with microneedling. And please comment below if you have any further questions, comments, concerns, or you have a fun esthetician joke. Have a great day.